Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favourite horror movies, Creepshow. For those of you that don't like horror movies, please stay tuned to the channel because I'm going to be making a whole lot more content as well. I was basically the little kid that would put on a horror movie and then watch it through the crack of my bedroom door. I don't know why I did that, I just did. It just felt safe and I just really wanted to watch all these like scary moments because I guess that's what kids did. See, I didn't have a lot of movies. I pretty much watched what my parents bought. You know, all these horror movies that were literally on the shelves, like Scream, Candyman, Halloween, all those kind of movies I just watched relentlessly. And even though I was told not to, I still did it, and I'm sure a lot of you did as well. We're pretty much desensitized now, I think. I mean, I feel desensitized from horror movies. I would still put one on occasionally. I'd probably watch Paranormal Activity on my own and just never gave it a moment's thought. Like going to bed, I'd be like, yeah, it's fine. Until you actually hear these noises and then you're like, fucking screwed. I just really liked watching all of the gory parts. I was pretty messed up growing up, yeah. Press like if you're still with me. Other kids had Pingu and Disney movies. I had horror movies. I'm kidding, we had Disney movies too. So this film was directed by Jordy Romero, God rest in peace. He was best known for The Night of the Living Dead, released from 1968 to 2009, I believe. And that followed to There's Always Vanilla, 1971, and then Jack's Wife, Season of the Witch, 1972, and then The Crazies, 1973. I didn't actually watch these. Please leave me a comment below if you've seen them. Tell me if they're any good. So Creepshow was written by Stephen King and he also wrote the screenplay for the movie. See, I love Stephen King. I think he's just such a gifted writer. I'm sure all of you know some of his best-selling books. You've got Carrie, you've got It, you've got the Dark Tower series, Misery, The Stand, Pet Sematary, The Green Mile, The Shining. The list just keeps going on and on. He's just such an amazing writer. I tried reading Stephen King's It after watching the original film with Tim Curry, and I just couldn't finish it. It was just such a long book. Very descriptive from what I read, but I just could not finish it. I don't have the attention span to read a book anymore. Smash like and comment below if you've read it. Respect to you. So anyway, back to Creepshow. So this film stars Adrienne Barbeau, Ted Danson, Leslie Nielsen, Hal Holbrook, Tom Atkins, and he wasn't actually credited actually, which was I actually don't know why, and the one and only Stephen King. One of the reasons I love the way this movie was just played out was because it's kind of like watching a live comic book. You know, you've got all these different stories, horror tales, and I just feel like it was just really well executed. You would never really have seen anything like that. I mean, I haven't. I've not seen any films that actually portray like comic books the way Creepshow does. And that's what this film is. Creepshow is a horror comic book. You see all these tales come to life. And that's what I really enjoyed about this movie. So this film starts off with a kid being shouted at by his dad, aka Tom Atkins, for reading this comic book. He disapproves, he doesn't want his kid reading something so worthless. So he actually hits his kid for arguing back and throws his comic book in the trash. But this part sets the whole film up. You know, it's a perfect intro for what's about to come. So anyway, his dad tells him to tuck in, and then all of a sudden his parents are downstairs and the creeper comes to his window with this huge, laughable expression on his face. So the creeper comes to the boy and it's almost like he's inviting you, he's telling you to come with him to the comic book. The first time I saw the creeper, I was absolutely terrified, but looking back to it now, it's just hilarious. That's actually a really good idea. I wonder if anybody's been the creep for Halloween. I mean, I would. See, watching this movie as a kid, you are going to be scared. Maybe not these days, considering this movie is rated 18, but it's pretty tame by today's standards. The movie was very big for its time. So the first story is called Father's Day. The second one, you've got The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill, starring Stephen King himself. And after that, you've got Something to Tide You Over. You have a young Ted Danson and Leslie Nielsen. Come to think of it, I don't think Leslie Nielsen ever ages. I'm really surprised because the role in this that he played was just so amazing. I'm really surprised he doesn't play more roles like this. So he finds out that Harry, played by Ted Danson, is having an affair with his wife, Becky. And we find out that Richard is just this complete psycho. Hence why he takes Harry to his private beach and nearly buries him alive. I think that pretty much clarifies as someone being a psychopath. I even remember as a kid, I remember going on holiday and I actually tried this, and yeah, you really can't move. It's like you have no leverage in your body, you can't move. If the tide literally comes over you, you're really just gonna suffer and die. Leslie Nielsen is just phenomenal in this role. He really does play crazy very well. And we've got a young Ted Danson from The Good Place. Is there any Good Place fans out there? Even in The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill, Stephen King was just amazing as well. This was his first role on screen, and he portrayed it really well. I mean, for a guy that has to act on his own, really well done. Next up, you have The Crate, which is probably one of the scarier of the lot. For me, it was anyway. It's terrifying. I don't want to talk about the stories too much because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. And lastly, they're creeping up on you. Fun fact, the most expensive part of this movie was actually the bugs in the end. I think they bought 250,000 cockroaches for like $2 a piece. It's a lot for bugs. So I would probably give this movie, I don't know, like all these movies that I'm reviewing right now I really love, so I would definitely give this film a 10 out of 10. But if you ever find yourself wanting to watch a horror movie at Halloween time, I think this is the best movie to watch. Just make sure you lock all your doors, close the curtains, and good luck. So anyway guys, what did you think of this film? Have you seen it? Will you ever watch it? Please comment below, let me know, turn on notifications, and please like to the channel. Cheers guys, bye.